Just keep your eyes closed. Relax and see the truth of the statements I'm sharing with you. Appreciate the beauty of the words, the names that you are chanting, or the ideas that you are listening to. The words by themselves are meaningless sounds unless they are filled by the meaning. Remember the example we saw last evening. The name hibiscus doesn't create the flower. The existence of the flower is independent of the name. The name only a messenger. Message nameless. Who you are is a nameless existence, a formless all-pervasiveness. What you have, the roles of all kinds, have names of various kinds. To be yourself, to be the self, you don't need a name. Then you can ask a question. Why should I chant or read these names if no names can describe it? That is because, please see the truth of this statement. When other names you are talking about, a house, a car, a man or a woman, an animal, a tree, these names remind you of the objects outside. Childhood onwards, we are full of such names, words, sounds, which take us to the object outside. Since your mind is used to thinking in terms of words and pictures, and all that remind you about the outside world, another set of words are used. Nishkalam Nirvikalpam, Shivoham Shivoham. I am the absolute auspiciousness, formless, nameless, free from modification, changeless, unborn, eternal. To remind you of yourself, who you are. Though in order to be yourself, you don't need a name. Until you are established in that, need to consciously use a name to remind you of the nameless. Thereafter, you are as comfortable with the names of every other kind. Flowers, houses, people. You are that comfortable with the names of the nameless. So your meditation, being with yourself, is not conditional, only morning or only evening, a particular place or a time, at all times, all places. Gachan, tishtan, upavishan, going, moving about, sitting down, lying down. Whatever the action you do, speaking, not speaking, thoughts, no thoughts, you are always with yourself. So use those words. The messengers, all the words carry one message, and that is yourself, the awareness. Just be the silence, stillness. Be the changeless and learn to use the changes. Be the nameless and use all the names. Be the awareness, come unto waking, dream, deep sleep, and enjoy all these changing states. You are the constant, eternal presence. Always existing as you are. Just be that silence, awareness. Om Sarvedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tamagocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmiham. Let's read these verses, please, and the verse number is 535. Please read. Esha swayam jyotirananta shaktihi Atma prameya sakalanubuti Yameva vigyaya vimuktavandaha Jayatyayam brahma viduttamottama Esha swayam jyotirananda shakti Atma prameya sakalanubuti Yameva vigyaya vimuktavandaha Jayatyayam brahma viduttamottama I hope you have thought over the verses that we have seen. The most important message that the last verse where we saw was Veda, Shastra, Puranani, Bhutani, Sakalani api yena arthavanti tamku vigyataram kinnu prakashayet. In whose presence every word becomes meaningful. That is you. That is your existence. Just think over it, please. Your perceptions, understand, your perception is not possible without your sense organs being there. So perception is possible only if sense organs are there. That means sense organs make the perception meaningful. In the absence of which, however exotic this whole perceptible universe may be, shall have no meaning for you. The blind man doesn't enjoy the beauty of the colorful universe. The deaf man doesn't enjoy the exotic sounds of all kinds. Other day, somebody sent a message. It's very beautiful. The message is, there is a blind man. It's in YouTube they have put it. There is a blind person sitting down there and asking for help. Blind man sitting there asking for help. I'm a blind, please be kind to help. Everybody goes that way. Everybody goes that way. But nobody bothers. Once in a while somebody drops a coin, but not many people really bother. Then one man, very well dressed, was passing by that way. He stood there and looked at the person's that little pot which was there. He looked at the pot, what is inside. There is not much money. And there is a signboard there, no, he's a blind man, please be kind and give it to somebody. He took that board and completely wiped it out and wrote down something else. Then he came back after 20 minutes. So much of money is falling, everybody is throwing a note, everybody is throwing a coin. Lastly they saw what he wrote. He has written, today is a beautiful day. You can see it, I can't. Just see the same thing. If you say, I am blind, please help, nobody bothers. But when you say, today is a beautiful day, you can see, I cannot. So everybody feels bad. Why? I can see something. It's like a guilt. invoke in somebody that you can see which I cannot. In another way also, true, I am enjoying such a beautiful creation. This man can't enjoy anything. Give it. So a lovely universe has no meaning if the sense organs are not there. Your sense organs, physical body can be beautiful, handsome, healthy. You are mentally challenged. Your mind is not functional. A lovely body and the whole physical universe will have no meaning. You have a nice mind, memories, thoughts, body, creation, but you are unconscious. The whole universe will have no meaning. Your body, the physical universe, your mind will have no meaning. But suppose you are conscious, you may have just the faculty of thinking, maybe one sense organ, but still you can live through life. Understand. What is that something which makes your life most meaningful? Other day, I don't know whether I told you or not, in years back when I was taking a class, very nicely one point had come. What is that something which is most important ingredient for enjoying life? Ask yourself the question. What is that something which is the most important ingredient to enjoy life? Before that you ask another simple question. What is the most important ingredient to fall asleep? To feel sleepy. If you are not tired, if you are not feeling sleepy, you can be the best air-conditioned room, beautiful house, nice cool breeze, but you are not sleepy. You will be fretting around all the time. But when you are tired and you are feeling sleepy, that time, on the stone loaded on a truck, you are on the stone, you are snoring under the scorching sunlight because you are tired. So the most important ingredient to enjoy sleep is to feel sleepy. What is the most important ingredient to enjoy life? To be alive and conscious. You have got huge houses, huge things all over the world, everything you have, but you are dead. You understand? Just being alive itself is a greatest blessing. And to be alive means what? To be conscious. You are alive, but you are always, let us say, sleeping or unconscious, mentally retarded, mentally challenged, physically challenged. If you are conscious and happy with yourself, then everything else you shall enjoy just because you are happy. That is why when it comes to death, you sacrifice everything. Understand? When it comes to death, you are ready to sacrifice anything. You struggle throughout your life for millions and millions of rupees. But the moment somebody says you are dying of cancer, take the whole money for treatment. If somebody says the entire kingdom you have to sacrifice, take the kingdom but let me be alive. Are you getting that point, please? To be alive, you shall give anything for that. And when we are alive and well, imagine how many people are struggling. It is yourself, the consciousness, which makes everything meaningful. And that is also your source of happiness. That is your source of freedom. Any moment of happiness means you are with yourself. As I told you, if you conclude sensation as happiness, you shall miss the sensations. But in the moments of happiness, when you see that you are with yourself, you don't need anything to be happy in life, but you need everything for your sustenance in life. So work for sustenance, be happy with yourself. So this is something, your being makes everything meaningful. Your life is meaningful, living is meaningful, creation is meaningful, mind is meaningful, sense organs meaningful, perception meaningful, whole existence meaningful. So be yourself, be the self. And that is something, how he says, Esha swayam jyotirananta shaktihi atma aprameya sakalanubhutihi. Esha swayam jyotihi, esha atma, that is yourself, esha, this, I told you already the explanation, this, which is never subject to that, in relation to which everything is that. Everything is an outsider. In relation to your body, other things are outside. In relation to your sense organ, body is outside. In relation to your thought, your sense organ, body, world is outside. In relation to yourself, even the thought is an outsider. It's who you are, which is never subject to objectification. The subject. Drugeva natu drushyate. It is the seer which is never seen. Drugeva, that Dugdrushya Viveka we shall see someday. Beautiful texts are there. How many texts you can take? This tradition is full of such books. That is why people get confused in this tradition. What is your scripture? Ha! If you ask one Buddhist, what is your scripture? Tripitaka. Ask a Christian, what is your scripture? Bible. Ask a Islam, a Muslim, what is your scripture? Quran. Ask a Sikh, what is your scripture? Guru Granth Sahib. Ask a Jewish person, maybe, what is your thing? Something. Parsi Jandavesta. Ask a Jewish person, what is the text? Kabbalah. Something they say. Anyway, doesn't matter. One text is there. Ask an Hindu, what is your scripture? Confusion. Vedas. No Veda. Upanishad. Not Upanishad. Ramayana. Gita. Sankara'S work. That man's work. Anything is a scripture. Why? Because every word is truth. And if that word is there in any particular book, that also is a scripture. And who is the hero? You are the hero. That is your biography. You are the protagonist. You are the subject matter of all scriptures. That is why it is so beautiful. There is no God talk. There is something you, because without you, the creation shall mean nothing. Ask yourself that question. These type of statements will confuse people because whole life we have given importance to other things, other people, God, creation. The person never allowed to think about himself. If you're thinking about yourself is selfish. That is not right. When you are driving your car on a highway, you are not keeping other cars under control. You keep your car under control. Driving does not mean driving other people's car. Driving means driving your car. Living life does not mean living other people's lives. Living means living your life. When you learn to live your life beautifully, other people also learn to live the same way. If you are unhappy, you shall pass on unhappiness to people. If you are miserable, you shall pass on misery to people. If you are a happy person, you shall give only happiness to people. Even if the other person is not ready to receive the happiness, you don't cause misery to anybody. Please appreciate. It's so beautiful. Eshaha Swayam Jyoti. This, which is never subject to that, yourself, Swayam Jyoti is self-luminous. Doesn't depend upon something else for its illumination. The sun is shining because your eyes are shining. Your eyes are shining because the thought is shining. The thought is shining because you are shining. You shine because you shine. There is no reason. Swayam Jyoti. Paratma, consciousness, Ananda Shakti, inexhaustible source of energy. Ananda Shakti, inexhaustible. It never gets tired. That is where you get your eternal enthusiasm. Body shall be tired. Body has its limits. The mind can be tired, has its limit. But you, limitless. That is why you can be always fresh, but your body shall need the rest. So give your body rest. Give your mind rest. But yourself, always awake, eternally ready for everything. That is where comes your freshness in life, understand. The freshness, please appreciate, the freshness of your being, something untouched by the passage of time and the movement in place, in space. That is why the test of your wisdom is the freshness with which you start your day, with the same freshness you finish your day. Your body is exhausted. Your mind can be a little tired. But yourself, always at peace with yourself, inexhaustible. Aprameya sakalanubhutihi, and it is always there for you to be with yourself. The thoughts are not there always to be with them. Understand the point. The thoughts are not always there to be with the thought. Start from the outside. Objects are not there always to be with them all the time. Your friends are not there always to be with all the time. Your people are not there with you to be all the time with them. Your physical body, your childhood is gone, is not with you all the time. Your youth is gone, is not there with you all the time. The adult is passing, old age passing, the body will not be there with you all the time. Your sense organs also are aging, the sharpness declining. They will not be there with you all the time. The thoughts also being who they are, what they are, continuously appearing and disappearing, memories cannot be there with you for all times to come. You are your eternal companion, can never lose sight of yourself. The misery in life comes when you want a passing cloud to be an eternal companion. You want a passing person to be all the time with you. You want a passing mood of the nature to be permanent mood. It is like you try to understand. When you capture a picture and you make it as a, what they call that computer language? On the, what did they say? Screensaver, right. You make it a screensaver. But when you make it a screensaver, because you can see it at all the time, that is just a picture. The incident, you cannot catch it for all times to come. Incident is gone. Only a picture is there. That is why when you see the picture, you go on crying, oh, or for some time. Because the incident will not be for all times to come. Nothing will last forever. So our misery comes from that. You are your constant companion, which you don't know, or many people don't like it, don't know what it is. They are looking for a permanency, a consistency, a constancy in an inconsistent, ever-changing scenario. You want the passing cloud to be eternally hanging. How is it possible? I should be always 17 and not one day more or one day less. How is it possible? What is enjoyment of life? Be the changeless, enjoy the changes. That's what it is. You can take it as a mantra. You can take it as a mantra in your life. Be the changeless and enjoy the changes. Why? If you are desperate to keep something together all the time, you are only planting the seed of misery for yourself. Because it will go. Are you getting that point? When shall you wake up to the fragility of living? It's a continuously changing universe. And that's what makes it beautiful. Understand? Changes are not tiring. Your expectation that the changes must not happen, that is tiring. Changes are not tiring. Is there any one of you who shall enjoy only one particular channel and one particular picture? Then the TV should be one picture pasted on the screen, finished. Watch the TV. Why do you like TV? Why do you want to go on channel surfing? Because so many different things are there, so many different things. Like that. Suppose daytime means continuously morning 8 o'clock. You will be tired after some time. One backdrop, just like one screen, in the screen and the back screen, rear, that window is there, that window, in the window screen there is one picture. On that picture everything is playing. Think. There is only one mood. You will be so boring. That it is changing is beautiful. But yourself is changeless. So no death, no fear, no anxiety of any kind. Shakalanubhut yameva vigyaya vimukta bandha yam vigyaya, knowing which vimukta bandha, you are free from the bondage. Where was the bondage? Think. Where was the bondage? Body is not bondage. World is not bondage. Nothing in the bondage. Ask yourself. The student goes to the teacher and the teacher asks him a simple question. The student says, please make me free. The teacher says, show me your bondage. Show me your bondage, I will make you free. If your hands are tied, I will untie it. If your legs are shackled, I will unshackle it. If your body is tied down, I will remove the bondage, ties. Now where is your bondage? Physically, you are free, hanging around. So where is your bondage now? Listen. Physically, you cannot bind yourself. Try that. Physically try to bind yourself. Take a rope and try to tie yourself down. That's what I was telling you. Magic is not getting out of the rope trick. Magic is tie yourself like that, let us see. You cannot tie yourself. Are you getting that? Physically, you cannot tie yourself. Somebody needs to tie you. Mentally, nobody can tie you unless you get tied down. Work on that. Mentally, nobody can tie you, influence you, affect you until you get yourself tied down. That is why the trouble in life is, even though mentally can nobody tie you down, when an adult and conscious adult, long before you become an adult and a conscious adult, you are already tied down by others mentally. That is why conditioning. You understand? Why the problem comes in people's lives? Because as a child, when you are growing up, you are already tied down mentally with definite, specific ideas. There is no happiness, life is misery, there is no, chance of freedom here in this world. With these type of ideas, man is mortal, there is no way of escaping death and misery. You are completely stuffed with these type of ideas. Just think. So already influenced, already tied down by the ideas. And you are working from those ideas by which you are tied down. Are you getting that? Why people cannot get out of the bondage? Because they are already tied down by the ideas. And you have to function from your thought. You cannot function from somebody else's thought, can you? That is why you can see the difference. Suppose in your tradition, you are born in a tradition where you can eat meat. So killing an animal, you don't feel bad. You are another person born in a tradition where you are not supposed to kill any animal, you have to eat only vegetable. Now the fellow is feeling very uncomfortable. Why is it so? Because he has been told not to kill. Just think. One thought, that is why brainwashing, you understand? If you can push a thought, like the Second World War time, the Hitler could succeed in telling that Jews were not human beings. They are like insects. So, kill them. If you tell them non-believers are all fodders for killing, so shoot at them. Why this killing in the names of gods? Jihadists, crusaders around the world. Why? Because non-believers are not worth living. They are animals. If you kill them, you send them to heavens. Like even in Indian tradition it is there. What? You know about what? Not killing people, but Papa Yoni. Papa Yoni, snakes, and what is that? The bad boys, scorpions, mosquitoes. They are all bad boys. So if you kill them, good. Why? So they will go to heavens. At least that lucky they don't talk about the human beings that way. Think of it. Mosquitoes, especially mosquitoes. The mosquitoes are so bad boys. So if you kill them, so you don't feel bad. Why? Because you are sending them to heavens. So you have been told to kill mosquito to send them to heavens. Another fellow is another person has been told to kill you for him to go to heavens. Now what do you do? What a trouble. No, friends, jokes apart, thought. Understand the power of thought. So long before you get yourself tied down by the thought, you are tied by the thought. That is why to get out of it is to stand apart and question every thought. That becomes teaching. In the teaching, this is what you see. Sakala, who I am, no more you are tying yourself down to a particular role. So who you are is not a role. Therefore, any role is good enough for you to play, and there is no such role which you must play. That is where comes your freedom. I am myself. Functional roles are millions. I can play any role anytime. From the moment you wake up in the daytime until you go to sleep, thousands of roles you are playing. Wake up as a person, interacting with a child, father or mother, going to the office, officer, with friends, traveling, traveler, driving, driver, eating, eater, smoking, smoker, doing some transaction, a businessman, watching a movie, enjoyer. You understand, so many roles you are playing. The people who go on playing roles, they are continuously enjoying life. And who is the one who is suffering in life? One who doesn't want to give up the last role for the present role. One who doesn't want to give up the last role. No, this is so nice, I don't want to go home. Home you have to go. What is the office? Oh, the office is so boring, I don't want to go there. Who will give you money? Staying at home, you can't earn money. Go to office. Are you getting that? Every role you continuously play. And you don't carry the script of one role to another role. Simple logic you take. You don't carry the script of one role to another role. If you are playing the role of Krishna in one drama and playing the role of Rama in another drama, you can't speak Krishna's speeches through Rama's mouth. You are playing the role of a King Lear in King Lear drama. When you are playing the Macbeth in Macbeth, you can't say King Lear's speech in Macbeth. You can't. Exactly in the same way, when you are a house, you are talking to your son, your husband, your wife. So you are a mother or a father or a sister or a daughter, something. When you go into office, don't pick up those scripts to talk to your officer. And what you are talking in the office, don't tell it in the shopping center. That is why people, when they say, what do you know, who am I? You are showing up to an ordinary man that you are managing director of a company. Why are you speaking your official language in an ordinary transaction? But that is what known as the emptiness and pride. Because the fellow has no other importance. Only role is that particular role. He is working in the office, is a big role. Like I am a rich man, I am a big man. So that is the only role you have to go on, show off everywhere. That is why you feel frustrated. Because anybody wants to destroy you should challenge your that role. Bas. And that is why you can be affected. Because you are a one-sided person. Remember that example? The largest sheep floating on all sides. Never always, largest sheep floating on one side sinks in the ocean. Small coconut floats on all sides. The mightiest ocean cannot drown a simple coconut. If you are a person, with person from all sides, because you know yourself who you are, so you can merge with any role anywhere, unaffected in life. But when you sit down with one massive idea, I am the grandfather, I am the mother, I am the father, or I am the officer, that is one particular role, you get hit from all sides. That is why people are affected. So one who sees this, Bhagavan says, such a person, Sakalaनुभूti, Yameva Vijnaya Vimukta Bandha, knowing which you are free from the bondage. Nothing bound you. You got yourself tied down. Now you freed yourself. Objects are innocent. Are you getting that? You create a habit of smoking and you dropped smoking. What was the contribution of cigarette towards it? You become an alcoholic, you dropped alcohol. What did the alcohol do for it? Alcohol was there. The alcohol doesn't know that you are getting drunk. Now the alcoholic doesn't know that you are not touching it. Alcohol is innocent. You dropped the habit. Are you getting that? You develop it, you drop it. Same thing, bondage. You thought you are the body. Body never imposes itself upon you. Now you say, I am not the body. Body doesn't care. Same thing, every thought, every role. Whichever thought you take yourself to be, you are affected. Now you no more take that thought to be yourself. You are free. So who creates your bondage? God, right? Who gives you the freedom? You are already free. Somebody facilitates. The teacher's job is only to point out. Bas. If you are really tired of bondage, you get out just like that. If you enjoy bondage, continue. Okay. So one who having known this, Jayati ayam brahmavid uttama. This person, Jayati, now shining in his own glory, brahmavid uttama. It's a poetic description of the greatest among the brahmavid, knowers of the truth. Once you know the truth, there is no greater knower and the great knower, small knower, greatest knower. One truth, the person enjoys himself. Okay. How? How does he celebrate his life? How does he enjoy himself? Nakhidyate no vishay pramodate. Na sajjate na pivirajyate cha. Swasmin sada kridati nandati swayam. Nirantarananda rasena truptaha. Nakhidyate no vishay pramodate. Na sajjate na pivirajyate cha. Swasmin sada kridati nandati swayam. Nirantarananda rasena truptaha. These verses are so sweet. Only thing is they don't give you diabetic. But they are so sweet. Absolute joy. That is why when a person sees these things, he will be wondering, what is that makes this fellow so happy? Because when you say somebody is happy, now you start looking around. Suppose you are laughing, they will not look at you, they will look around you. Isn't it? When you are laughing and smiling and enjoying, they don't look at you. They shall be looking around you. What is that makes him happy? There's nothing there. Why are you laughing? Immediately people will ask that question. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? What happened? No, I feel very happy with myself. Or because in a world where you are supposed to be happy with things, perceptions, seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling, and all these things, suddenly you don't, you cannot believe that somebody is just being happy with himself. What nonsense he is talking? Happy with himself? What is he happy with himself? Understand? Swayam, what is it? Nirantara anand, swayam nandati. Nirantara ananda rasena trupta. Always happy with himself. Why is it? Because in any moment of happiness, indeed you are with yourself. That is why if that is not understood, this will not be understood. That any moment of happiness, I am with myself. So, analyze one moment of happiness. You analyze any moment of happiness. Tell me what makes you happy. Anything. Oh, when I listen to music, I am happy. Just take any example. That is X factor. Take any example. What makes you happy? Oh, if I eat some good food, it makes me happy. All right. So what makes you unhappy? If I don't eat good food, that means the thought is there, food is not there. Makes you miserable. Right? What makes you unhappy in life? The thought is there, food is not there. That is why educated people are more unhappy, because more thoughts, nothing is around. Uneducated fellow, no thought, no problem. Educated person means all the possibilities are given in the head. All these things are given. So you say, this food is, your thought is there, but you are missing, oh, your food is not there. So when somebody gives you that food, your eyes brighten up. Why? Matching. The thought is matching with the object. Are you getting that point? Like a child crying for a balloon, and you bring the balloon. Ooh. Excited. Why? The thought is matching with the object. And when the thought matches with the object, you hand it over to him. My balloon. The moment you have holds it, what happens? The thought disappears. Who knows this mechanism? Everybody shall say, oh, the balloon makes me so happy. Balloon makes you happy? Listen. When you got this balloon, the thought disappears. The child will not understand this mechanism. As an adult, you should understand, or else you will remain a grown-up child. When you get the balloon, the matching takes place, thought disappears. That time you are with yourself. If you say, absence of thought gives you happiness, you shall be afraid of the arrival of every thought. So please see it again and again. Because sometimes, when you are convinced, I am the happiness itself, but you forget this mechanism sometimes. When you forget that mechanism, by habit, a thought comes and overtakes you. Why do you get angry? Why do you get upset? Why do you get jealous? Why do you get affected at all in life? Because you are unconsciously getting into the stream of a thought. That mechanism must be understood and maintained. 24 hours, 365 days. That is why you don't get into unwanted, unsolicited moods. There is no surprise moods. For a wise person, there is no surprise moods. You surprise every mood by not getting affected by it. You surprise everybody by not getting affected by it. But if you are affected, you don't understand. Imagine you are a person before who was reacting to everything. Just think. You are a person before who was reacting to everything. Whoever tells you something, boom. Weather is bad, why this weather is stupid? Weather is changing, why it is like that? If it's good weather, why is always like sunshine? Anything, you are always reacting. Person talks to you, wrong. Smiles also, wrong. Doesn't talk to you, wrong. Now, suddenly, you have stopped reacting. What happens? Everybody will be happily surprised. Hey, what has happened? The person is no more reacting. You surprise everybody. Why? Because you are not reacting to anything. You are recognizing everything, but you are not reacting to anything. Are you getting that point, please? You are recognizing a situation, but you are not reacting to a situation. Because if you react to a situation, who is affected? You smell the rose and your nose has a bump. Allergy. When you are allergic, who is affected? Flower or you? Are you getting that? Are you getting that point? You have too many allergy. Too many allergies. Why? Music, nobody must listen to music. Talking, why are you talking? Laughing, why is he always laughing? Cooking, what is cooking like that? You are allergic to everything. What shall be your life? Absolutely fulfilling, right? You become miserable because you are allergic to everybody. There are some people who are, when they do the allergy test, they are allergic to 50, 60 things. Ayyo, the fellow will be miserable throughout life. Suppose you are not allergic to anything, wow, you enjoy life. So some people are allergic to things, some people are allergic to vegetables, some people are allergic to human beings. Who is better? All the people are fit for sympathy. Ayyo, wow, the person must grow strong. You are not allergic to anything. No reactions. It does not mean you are non-reacting or non-responding or non-recognizing a personality. No. You recognize everything. You choose not to react or you choose to react. When you choose to react, it's a response. Are you getting that point? When you choose to react, it is not a reaction. When you choose to react, it's a response. Why? Because you are ready for the consequences. You choose to react and you are ready for the consequences. It's like sometimes somebody tells you, hey, look, if you take these, peanuts, you will get stomach upset. I know I will get stomach upset, but today I feel like eating. Can I have 2 pieces? Don't eat it. Don't worry, I know it will upset my stomach, but let me take 2. So you take 2. Suppose, controlled, you have taken 2, it did not react. I will say, lucky, but you won't be adventurous to take more. Suppose it reacted, I know it react. Okay, little stomach upset, finish it, forget. I have taken the medicine. Conscious. Can you function like that? That is why this fellow, Jayati, revels in himself. Life is a continuous celebration. Why? Because never under the spell of anything. Knows exactly where to go, where to stop. The whole example, so beautiful. Nakhidyate no vishay pramodyate. Nakhidyate, never is unhappy because he doesn't have things. Na vishahi pramodate, nor he feels excited about having things. It's absolutely amazing language. Nakhidyate, nakhidyate na vishahi pramodyate. Nakhidyate, never gets kheda. Kheda means grief. Never expresses grief, disappointment, dejection in life. Who shall be dejected? Who shall be disappointed? One who has, as they say, if you have appointment, you will have a disappointment. You have no appointment with anything, what disappointment? Other people's children, when they fail in exams, how do you react? Oh, he'll do it again, don't worry. You are advised to other people's parents. When your children fail, Haba, you need an ambulance to take you home. What happened? After all, they are children, no? No. From your children, you have definite expectation. Therefore, total frustration. Other people say, it's okay. Ishvara. So, grief comes only if there is expectation. Being happy with yourself, you have no more expectations of happiness from anything. That is why you are always in one mood. Always happy with yourself. Convenience, inconvenience will thereafter take over. Convenience. I am happy with myself. But if you can sleep without sound, it will be nice. But when sleeping too much of noise, all right, suffer it, what to do? Can I stop it? Yes, stop it. Very good. Can I stop it? What to do? Okay. But no khidyate. You don't feel react. You understand that there is a huge difference between when you are consciously reacting. When you are consciously reacting, there shall be no physical changes. A person who is unconsciously angry, the body will tremble, the face will be flushed, the eyes will be red, the body will be red, and it will take you hours to come back to normalcy. When you are choosing to be angry, for 2 minutes, boom, third minute, out. You are not in that mood because you played your role out. Are you getting that? It's just like a person who is playing the role of a very angry, cruel fellow inside in a drama. His role is to hit everybody and kill everybody. Absolutely cruel, Timur-Len. He acts it out. In the scene, he goes to the stage and for 5 minutes, he creates a disaster and devastation. The moment the screen falls, he comes out and asks people, hey, how was the role? Does he continue with his anger and hatred? Because he is for 5 minutes he is playing out his role. Can you do that in this vast stage of human existence? Same thing. You are acting out. Please understand, friends, again and again and again and again. Because if you don't play the role and unconsciously allow the roles to overtake you, you shall be buried. Buried is last. First cut into pieces. Because you shall make yourself, totally destroyed. You shall destroy yourself. Then slowly buried. Then buried for days and months together. Then you shall feel tired, exhausted. Then Humpty Dumpty, when they come together, you brought this fellow together into one piece. But it come back, exhausted. Why? Memories will exhaust you. Experience will leave you exhausted. Everything will leave you exhausted. Why? Because you are so angry and frustrated. By the time you come back to normalcy, it will take longest time. The time that you take to come back to normalcy is proportional to the time you have taken to run away from yourself. As long as you have run away from yourself, that long or perhaps longer it will take to return to yourself. Just like overeating. When you overeat, to pick up fat, it takes 5 days. To reduce the fat, 50 days. You want to be fat? 5 days. Just overeat. But by the time the body processes out that fat and brings it back to the normal, 50 days. Anger, hatred, jealousy, emotions are like that. Instantaneous energy, like sugar. Like sugar gives you instant energy. I can work. Anger also gives you instant energy. Hatred gives you instant energy. Jealousy gives you instant energy. The moment you are angry, hateful, jealous, boom, that power comes. Diabetic, it takes years to get cured. Exactly like that. It's a surge of energy with sugar, with surge of energy with frustration, anger and hatred and jealousy. That is why people with sheer anger and vengeance can destroy World Trade Tower, just like that. Countries and continents they can destroy. But to rebuild it, it takes longest time. Same thing your life, please. So, for your own sake, be free from allergy. Because if you are allergic, fruits are not punished. Remember that line. If you are allergic, vegetables are not punished. Like you get angry, when the child is doing something, the child doesn't know that you are getting angry. He continues to do it. Are you getting that? Na khidyate no vishay pramodate. Vishay na khidyate, vishay na pramodate. By the sense objects, there is no excitement, nor there is any frustration. Happy with himself. Na sajjate na pibirajyate cha. Neither sajjate, neither he gets attached, nor birajyate, nor he gets detached. There is no indulgence, there is no renunciation. If you are a wise person, in your renunciation there is indulgence. In your indulgence there is renunciation. You are a strange cat. Absolutely strange. In your renunciation there is indulgence. Think. Suppose you enjoy renunciation, what shall you call it? Indulgence. I enjoy having nothing at my disposal. It's so good. I don't want anything. You take it, 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 take it. It's indulgence. In your indulgence there is renunciation. What is that? You are indulging in something. Let us you see, hear, taste, touch, smelling something. And then suddenly it is taken away. Okay, it's all right. Why? Because while indulging, you are in touch with yourself. Simple example you take. Indian example is better. Because these Westerners will never understand this language. Watching a TV. In India only it is possible. You never watching a TV. You are watching the... I'll never forget that in my life. World Cup 1972, not 80, I think 1980, 76 or 80, 1980, where India won that match. I remember that day. TV just had come to Madras 2-3 years earlier. They were showing that World Cup. Now West Indies has gone, finished batting and gone. Indians are playing. Already 3-4 wickets have fallen. As he was sitting down, I was staying in somebody's house, we were all watching. And first thing is TV new and World Cup and cricket and everything, everybody is watching. Then everybody, of course, oh, I don't think Swamiji finished, I finished. But somehow, I was saying, don't worry, middle order collapse, these West Indies fellows will fall and we'll win. Simply, when you're telling, not that I saw the future, I said, everybody is miserable now, somebody should be hopeful, no? So I said, there will be a middle order collapse. And these fellows will fall and India will win. And that is the time electricity goes. For next 2 hours, almost 45 minutes it went. By the time it comes back, India is already in a winning position. But we lost the whole thing. Think. See that situation. Just like a TV watching, you are watching and you are enjoying the TV, a movie is there. You are enjoying the movie and very happy with the movie. Oh, it's so nice. What is your happiness? In the movie. Now suppose the electricity goes, what will happen? Sure, what type of electricity, what type of people, God knows, in this corrupt country, everybody is corrupt, policeman is corrupt, politician is corrupt, electricity board is corrupt, they are selling away the you go through heavy reactions. Why? Because you are so miserable. But suppose when you are watching the TV, movie, there the movie is going on, here I am enjoying, in fact I am with myself. Now the movie stops. You are with yourself. But if you are there, that becomes a disappointment, a denial. Are you getting that point? If you are there, when that goes away, it becomes a denial. While enjoying, if you are here, if that goes away, are you gone? So, anytime you are in trouble, you are there, not here. That is a simple equation. Any time you are miserable, understand, you are there. You are no more here. You are no more at home. You are outside. Therefore vulnerable. If you are outside, you will be vulnerable. Anybody can hit you. When you are with yourself absolutely secured, nobody can touch you. Invisible target. Target invisible. You are an invisible bomber. Imagine how powerful you will be. Invisible bomber. The airport the aircraft goes away, the bomber aircraft, or not a person, aircraft goes away, nobody sees. But already bombs are falling. You are invisible, powerful, nobody can touch you. Happy with yourself. Nasajjate napi virajyate che. Why? Swasmin sada kridati nandati swayam. Swasmin sada nandati kridati. Krida, listen carefully, beautiful language it is, beautiful language. Swasmin kridati, swasmin nindati. Plays with himself, enjoys with himself. There is a difference between krida, understand? Krida means second thing. I am playing what? Football. So you and the football. I am playing hockey, you and the football, hockey ball. I am playing chess, you and the chess. Say krida. Krida is with something or somebody. I am playing with something or with somebody. Krida. Happy with myself. Nandati means there is no other object but you are with yourself. So when you are playing with something, krida, you are with yourself. When there is no other object, you are also with yourself. That means you are always with yourself. Kridati, nandati. With something, you are as much happy, even without it also, you are happy with yourself. That is why when you attribute happiness to the object outside, you are miserable when the object goes away. Why the child doesn't want to go to the hostel? Ask the child. No baby wants to go to hostel. Residential school, no baby wants to go. Why? Mommy is not there, Papa is not there, I don't want to leave home. So you know why? His happiness is here. He doesn't want to go there. Simple. But what do you do? No, you must go. You must go. You must grow up. Listen, who is telling? Parents are telling to the baby. Parents are telling the baby, no, you must grow up. Don't be the baby of the mummy all the time. You go, study, independent. Now mummy is crying, baby, papa is crying. Why? Another person is gone. A friend disappeared. Why are you crying? You are telling the child, no? Grow up. Then how come the grown-up is not growing up? It's like children have gone to the seashore and children are putting little land castles, sand castles, these sand castles. And they had already made 5, 6, one wave comes, boom, only one left out, 4 gone. Now the child cries, oh mom, my house is gone, my cat is gone, my dog is gone. Then what is a baby? If you will stay here on the side of the, if you play by the side of the ocean, waves will come. They will take away baby, don't worry, don't cry, that will happen. Who is giving this philosophy? Grown-up father, grown-up mother. But the grown-up father and grown-up mother don't understand. At least the child who is building castles on the shore of the ocean. Here you are inside this changing ocean of a samsara. You are building castles inside the changing ocean of a creation. And when something crumbles, why don't you bring that statement to yourself? In the shore it can be taken away. In the middle is always gone. You don't want to be taken away by the water? Be with the base. A mountain doesn't get carried away by the ocean, because mountain is come from the bottom of the sea. A huge tanker is taken here and there because it is not anchored, it is not based. Can you be a person with your base in consciousness? Then top is swaying. Today's newspaper they have brought in Dubai, they had the highest, biggest, building. Now they are going to make 1 kilometer high building. It will take only 10 years time, some $30-40 billion, 1 kilometer high building. What will happen? Anyway, God forbid, but one of those fellows should not come and it will be another world trade, targets. God forbid, it should never happen. Just think of it. You see, such a huge, the top will be swaying, but the bottom is steady. Why? It is anchored on the steady earth. Same way, when you are anchored in yourself, the changeless being called consciousness, these little changes, perceptions, sensations, thoughts and memories make no difference to you. That is why Swasmin sada kridati nandati swayam, revelry with himself, atmarati atma krida, it comes in Bhagavad Gita. You playing with himself, reveling in himself. Nirantaranandarasena truptaha, always truptaha, contented with himself. How? Nirantara ananda rasena, drunk with the elixir of satisfaction, fulfillment, the person revels all the time with himself, happy with himself. Understand? That does not mean uncomfortable, inconducive, unfavorable situations don't arise. Those things will arise. That doesn't take away the bliss that you are. Or because favorable, conducive situations get unfolded in life, you don't lose sight of yourself. Understand? Any time you lose sight of yourself, you shall feel hurt. You can take it as that is why for solving your problem, you don't have to go to somebody all the time. You know what is your problem. Take the test case. It's like, have you got, these days they have got the, what is that? Blood pressure machine. You have got blood pressure machine in your home, you can do it. The sugar machine also, sugar testing machine. You have it in your, all these things you have got. This is your self-checking package. I am affected, check out. Are you inside or outside? It's a check out. You don't have to ask for somebody else. You have got your self-checking packet for yourself. Any time you are upset, destroyed, devastated, you have moved away from yourself. And since you are always with yourself, there is no question of your being affected. You are continuously reveling in yourself. At the same time, managing your situations as they come in life. I am immortal, but the body is mortal. So body must be maintained. I am immortal, but the sense organs are aging, maintained. I am very happy with myself, but the house should not be having leaking roof. That must be fixed. So you take care of everything, but you are happy with yourself. You are not a person who neglects life. No. You are celebrating life. Okay? Read the next verse. न सुनिरन्तरानन्दरसेन तृप्तः क्षुधां देहव्यथां त्यक्त्वा बालक्रीडति वस्तुनि तथैव विद्वान् रमते निर्ममो निरहं सुखी क्षुधां देहव्यथां त्यक्त्वा बालक्रीडति वस्तुनि तथैव विद्वान् रमते निर्ममो निरहं सुखी. So vidwan ramate, wise one, vidwan who knows himself, he revels. How? Nirmama sanne, niraham sanne, sukhi. Niraham, nirmama. No aham, no mama. No I, no my. The sense of I and my, I am deliberately pausing what word to use thereafter. The sense of I and my. If I say it's gone, Then you can say, oh, but the fellow is using the word I all the time. The sense of I and my, what happens? You play out those roles. Previously, when you say I, you thought body. Understand? You had confusion in life. How? For the average person, I begins with body. Listen carefully. I begins with body. When I say I, me. My, I is body, my is all the body possesses. So possession is my, body is I. Right, getting that? I. Anybody, anything else has any other idea? Think of it. As a child, around the world, everybody, everywhere. I am this body, my. My mummy, my papa, my toys, my house, I, mine. You play with the children, you will know. Other day I was playing with the child. I say, my mommy. No, my mommy. I say, come on, 2 minutes, my mommy. I have no mommy, you know. No. My mommy only. Can I take the other person standing? Can I take him? Oh, yes, you can take. Why? That's not mine. My mommy will be with me. My papa will be with me. Others, don't worry. What is child's sense of limitation? You see that? I is body, I. Don't touch me. When you touch that body, what is it? Don't touch me. Why? I. My. Then, as time passes, you discover this is a very fragile notion. The I am body is not absolute because it is also my body. If you say my body, where does the I get shifted? Come on, just do that little arithmetic or little puzzle inside you. To say my house, who is the I? Body. To say my body, who is the I? The thought. I am. My body. Okay. To say my thought, or to say my ahankar, my ego is very strong. Are you getting that point? You can use the word, don't you use that word? My ego is very strong. To own up the ego, the I thought, where should you be? Egoless. Unless you are egoless, you can't own the ego. So that time, that is why when you accept your mistake, you are the truth. Whenever you accept your mistake, whenever you accept your limitation, you are with yourself, unconsciously with yourself. Because unless you are honest, please, at that moment, not unless you are honest, when you accept your mistake, it makes you honest, makes you go back to yourself. Oh, Swamiji, my mind is really creating a havoc for me. Suddenly you are blissful because you are going back to yourself. That is why when you accept your mistake, you are unconsciously being with yourself. It's so beautiful. When I accept my limitation, it unconsciously goes back to yourself. Because to say my house, the I must be with the body. To say my body, the I is with the thought. To say my ego, I thought. Where should you be? With yourself, where there is no I, no my. You want to say mind consciousness? Mind consciousness. That is where theoretical studies destroys you. Theoretical studies what? I am the consciousness. My consciousness is everywhere. Oh, so your consciousness, my consciousness, huh? You know? There is no my consciousness, your consciousness. There is no owning up the truth. You are the truth. That is why you cannot believe in Bhagavad. In Upanishad it comes, when the child, he is a rishi, and his son is going to study in another rishi, with another rishi. Because usually children will never listen to parents, however wise they are. So those days also, they are wise, but they will send them to a wise friend. Because always mother-child, father-child relationship comes up. So the child, always can say that, you hit me when you taught me, he doesn't understand the student is hit. He thinks the son is hit, or the daughter is hit. That is why parental responsibility becomes huge. So anyway, so he sends the children to the other rishi, and with a little advice. Asmin kule, in our dynasty, Brahmavit bhavati, Brahmabandhu na bhavati. In our family, in our dynasty, we are Brahmavit, we know the truth. We don't become Brahmabandhu, knowers of the truth. Those who are not, you don't say, I know a person who knows the truth. No, I know the truth. I am the truth. Brahmavit bhavati. So don't take pride in knowing about it. Be it. What a classic statement. Don't take pride in knowing about it. That is where it will become coffee table talk. Like coffee table books are there, no? Picture books. So this is also coffee table philosophy. Oh, I think I am Brahman, the absolute. You are the consciousness. Second round. I am the consciousness. Third round. Unconscious. Total samadhi. Are you getting that point? Nonsense. It's a coffee table discussion. That is not. Brahmavit. I am the knower of the truth. Okay? So, nirmamo niraham sukhi. No, I know my. And therefore, sukhi. Sukham. Anandam. Always at rest with himself. Such a person, how does he hang around in the world? Just like a baby. Beautiful example he gives. Beautiful example. Like a baby. Kshudham dehavyatham tyaktva bala kridati vastuni. Bala means baby. Vastuni kridati. When a baby plays with toys, he does not care. Kshudha dehavyakta. Hunger and discomfort of the body, the child completely forgets, ignores. He will having fever, but he should have all his toys. He is hungry. Mommy will call him, come here for food. No, I am not. No. He will not get up and say, Mommy, I am hungry. No, he is with his toys. Kshidham tyaktva, dehavyatham tyaktva. Hunger comes. Physical discomfort will be there. But the child is playing with the thing. Wise man is like that. So happy with himself, so contented, that the person can choose not to take care. That is why many times they die. Because after fulfillment, what? If the body is there, fine. Not there, also fine. Okay, die. Things are there, wonderful. Not there, also wonderful. Okay. Just think. That is why you become so practical. Can I have things? Yes, work for it. If you don't want things, what should you do? If you want things, what should you do? Beg. Steal, right? No. If you want things, work for it. If you don't want things, don't worry about it. But trouble comes, in life. You want everything, but you don't have to work for it. Others should understand and give it to you. That is where your life becomes so miserable. Because you are such a deceptive person. You have wants, but you tell the world you don't want anything. And when you announce that you don't want anything, when nobody gives you, what do you tell them? Nobody is sensitive. Nobody is sensitive, or you are a liar. If you need something, tell the world. Tell everybody. You don't need it, don't need it. No, I must say no, no, no. The other man must say yes, yes, yes. What a headache. Your life. Like a baby you move around. Just like a child. Absolutely innocent. You don't know why innocence, where from innocence comes? Because you don't exploit anybody. Manipulate anybody. You don't manipulate. You don't exploit. If it is there, fine. Not there, fine. What is manipulation? Manipulation is you should say no, other people should say give you yes. Give them a guilt. That is manipulation. Please. Even sometimes a child manipulates because he is ignorant. Second childhood in wisdom is free from manipulation. Because you are so happy with yourself. You don't want anybody to suffer a wee bit for your sake. If I cannot give you happiness, I have no intention of giving you unhappiness even for a moment. You can do it, do it. Can't do it, go. But don't struggle. Don't suffer for my sake. Where is this thinking and where is another thinking? Somebody has sacrificed everything for you, therefore you must be good. How wonderful. So huge guilt on me. A guilt trap. It's like the parents telling children, we never went for a trip, we never went for a party, we never went for a movie, we never went for a holiday. We are all working for you, and today you are grown up and giving me this. Now why did you do it if you didn't enjoy it? And why are you giving it unto children? For one time they will listen. Second time also they will listen. Third time they will say, why don't you just get lost? Did I ask you to do this for me? Now that is your end. That's what you wanted to listen. Until the person listens, the fellow goes on talking about it. And once the person makes it clear, then you shall say, okay, our relationship is cut. What life is that? Understand? Please. Bala kridati vastuni. The child, just like a child, that's why the Shastra says, Balavat unmattavat charet. The wise man moves like a baby or like a madcap. Like madcap has no intention. He is laughing. Ask him why is he laughing? Why is he laughing? He is just laughing. Yes. There is no reason. Why this person is happy? There is no reason. If there is a reason, you are not a happy person. Are you getting that? If there is a reason, you are not a happy person. The reason you withdrawn, your happiness is gone. Why people are miserable? Your reason is withdrawn. Until 20th year of my life, I was so happy. Reason? There was no burden. So now you are unhappy. Why? Burden came in. So are you happy? Until 35th year of my life, it was exciting. Why? Because whatever I wanted, I got. She was there, he was there, children were there. Now suddenly what happened? She is gone. He is gone. So are you happy or unhappy? Not unhappy for some time. So until your 35th year, you are happy or not unhappy for some time. So average person's life is never happiness. It is not unhappy, then unhappy. You understand the difference? Not unhappy and unhappy. The child is not happy. Child is not unhappy, then happy. Grown-up baby is not unhappy, then unhappy. Happy only when you are happy with yourself. You are not unhappy because the causes of unhappiness is gone. What is the cause of unhappiness? Not having the object. So what is the cause of not being unhappy? Having the object. But that's not the cause of happiness. If that becomes the cause of happiness, when that goes, that object will go away, you will be miserable. Are you getting that point? So, do you want to be in the cycle of unhappy, not unhappy? Or you want to go beyond both and be happy with yourself? Wise man is happy with himself. Because he is happy with himself, he can take unhappy situations and not so unhappy situations. Both are also fine. Summer is very hot. Oh, what to do? Mango also comes with it. Oh, it's so cold. What to do? Skiing also is possible. This time when I went to other country, what is that? Germany. March, April, I told you I went there just to see the ice, because I had never seen ice in my life. Snowfall, never seen. So I said, okay, so Venu organized the program. I went just to see, and the day I went, for 15 days there was no snowfall. The day I arrived, that night, blast. Whew. Venu was worried. I called Swamiji and there is no rainfall, no snowfall. But that night it blasted snow, and I couldn't believe it. The whole place became thatch of snow. And then after 2 days it stopped. And then we went to the mountains. Wow! It was white, miles and miles. And people are skiing, thousands of people are skiing. With a Ganapati also with a ski boot. In Ganesha, there is also an elephant with a ski boot. It was so nice. Anyway, now when we went back, I said, hey, let's go to that same area. Not a drop. Nothing. It is pure grass and, uneven surfaces. So, if you say, oh, it's too much of ice, what about skiing? Too much of heat, what about best fruits in the world? Because if there is no summer, there will be no fruit. So, in everywhere you find your happiness in life. Like in this same spot we are sitting down. I was staying in an old house those days. There will be nobody around. So people will come and tell me, our students, all these Pujya and others, they will be all come. Oh, Swamiji, so much wonderful teaching you are giving. Nobody is there. I said, don't worry. Let me have my holiday now. Because when people will come, there will be no time. So why looking for people when there is nobody? And why looking for leisure when there is everybody? Enjoy both. When there is nobody, don't call anybody. And if there is somebody, don't push out anybody. Why? They have a need, so let them be there. Happy with yourself. All times, all places, all conditions. Balavat charet, like a child. How? This verse, the next one is my favorite verse. It's in my head. Chinta sunyamadayinyam vaikshamasanam panam saridvarishu swatantrena nirankusa stiti avi nidra smasane vane vastu kshalana soshanadirahitam digvastu sayyamahi vastram sanchara nigamanta viti suvidam Krida pare brahmani Chinta sunyamadayinyam Vaikshamasanam Panam saridvarishu Swatantrena nirankusa stiti avi Nidra smasane vane Vastram klalana soshanadirahitam Digvastu sayyamahi Sanchara nigamanta viti suvidam Krida pare brahmani. It's so beautiful verse, so beautiful. Every verse is like that. This is so sweet. How does this person move in the world? Chinta sunyam. Every word you should see. Chinta sunyam. No anxiety of any kind. Not that the chinta is not there, not that the thought is not there. Thoughts are there, anxiety is not there. He's not anxious. Oh, what will happen? No anxiety. It's like one example I'll give you one day. Suddenly, some fellow, as I told you a few years back, sent a dirty letter to everybody, because I had given him all the charge up computer. So those days, in the beginning stages, they were computer smart. We didn't know anything. So he took all the thing, and when he did some mischief, somebody wanted him to go. So he got so angry, he started sending dirty letters to everybody. And there is no cyber police, there is no complaint. Helpless victim of the cyber crime. Anyway, so suddenly everybody says, Swamiji, we should tell the police. I said, why should you talk to police? Don't talk to anybody. If you try to defend a falsehood, you shall keep it alive. Truth need not be defended because it will always establish itself. Falsehood, if you try to defend, you will give a life to it which is self-destructive. That falsehood will die away by itself. If you want to defend it, you will keep it alive. Therefore, never defend a lie. But you must be sure that is a lie. Huh? That is absolutely sure. Okay. Then he says, but suppose this letter goes to some of the people who are patrons, very rich, and they are not going, they don't want to help out the somewhere. I said, are you stupid? Should that person be allowed to lose a teacher and teaching, or should I be allowed to lose some money? Which is more important? Should he be worried that he is losing infinity, or I should be worried that I am losing finite? If he knows the value of teaching, don't worry about it. If he doesn't know the value of teaching, don't worry about it. Who cares? Anxiety. Are you getting that point, please? You take stock of situations. You recognize situations, but there is no anxiety, because your anxiety will not solve the problem. If you are anxious when the plane is leaving, will the plane come in time? Suppose you are, see, the plane is leaving. When the flight is going to take off, it depends on whom? Definitely not you, the passenger. Right? It depends upon the airlines, establishment, so many ground staff, the flight arrival, flight departure, condition of these fellow, pilots. Yesterday, a flight was taking off from Amritsar, from Punjab to Birmingham, then to Canada. It was already taking off, aborted. Why? Because the police, the Home Security Department commanded the pilot, bring it back. He was brought back. Why? Because there was one elderly couple carrying 4.5 kilos of hashish. They got the message, they brought it back. And they have to take it. Now, flight will be delayed 2 hours because they have to get down. Their luggage also have to come down and everything. Now, suppose you sit down and say, why the flight is delayed? Are you the only one flying or what? There can be a million reasons. Because as much you don't want to be delayed, that much the establishment also doesn't want to be delayed. Because the more delayed they have to pay more. So deliberately, nobody is going to victimize you, a single passenger. So don't worry about it. Go with the crowd. Right on time, sit down. There is no right on time, sit down and watch other planes taking off. I have seen every plane taking off in Heathrow when it is delayed. Go there and I find out where is that big boy going. You know that those days that was Concorde. So I'll find out where is the Concorde flight. This Terminal 4. So here is 1 hour, what to do? Go there and wait. Another half an hour, what is that? I have checked in, I'll go. What is that? Watch out. What a sight. Instead of sitting down there and thinking, why the plane is not taking off? When it will take off? If my aim, I am anxious, will the plane take off? Even suppose you have a crisis situation. What to do, So by repeating what to do, will it be solved? By doing something it will be solved, not by telling what to do. This morning I was going in the garden and the 2 plants, beautiful fragrant flowers have come. If you go on talking about fragrant flower, fragrant flower, fragrant flower, will the tree come and fragrance will come? Or shall you put one tree? No. Instead of putting on trees, people go on talking about trees. What nonsense. Plant one tree. Do something. You want to enjoy life? Do something. Work like a worker, enjoy like a king. No, I don't want to plant anything, but flowers must be on my table every day. You are a high-class rascal. You trigger exploitation. Because you don't want to do anything, but you want everything. How on earth? Please. I go on smoking and I demand clean air from everywhere. You understand? I go on smoking, but clean air should be there. You think of it. You smoke and you want clean air from everybody. You are angry, short-tempered, jealous, and you want peace to reign all over around you, right? The peace must reign all around me. That's a beautiful statement. Because this is a disturbed place. Peace all around me, right? What nonsense. Will it ever work? Think. Be peaceful and see whether you are pulling, the same type of mood everywhere. Sit down quietly and see how many people are talking around you. Just try it one day. Just try it out. You sit down quietly and don't talk. How many talkative people will be around you? Let me see. And you go on talking and see how many quiet people are around you. Always yappy, 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 yappy. Anybody comes now, ooh, ooh, ooh. Continuous. You understand? You pull, you attract disturbance, agitation. If you are a person who will hate everything, will there anybody who will come and share something with you? Try. Suppose somebody brings you, one day by mistake, he brings you some nice cake. He thought you will enjoy it. And then when he gives you that cake, he has to listen one discourse for half an hour as to why you should not indulge in luxury, why you should not eat the cake, how the cake has the egg which will kill everybody else, why it has sugar. Now after that discourse, what do you think? Is there anybody who will come to you around with a piece of cake? Because there is no cakewalk to come to you. Just think. What is this knowledge? Chinta sunyam. Not that you have no responsibilities. You have every responsibility, but no anxiety. Are you getting it? Every responsibility, huge, enormous responsibility you are carrying on your head. Because without which life will not move. I have to be that way. But chinta sunyam, no anxiety. Chinta sunyam adainyam. Adainyam. Dainyam bhava means dinasya bhava. Dinasya bhava means, I am so helpless, so poor. No, adainyam. You have nothing at your disposal, but you are absolutely confident. Why? Things will happen. Don't worry. Adainyam. You are walking under a tree, but you are full of confidence. Why? You are so happy with yourself. Contentment. Even a king doesn't have it. That is why a king bows down to a sage. Why does the king bow down to a sage? Even after having everything, what he doesn't have, this fellow under the tree has it. That is why the tradition, bowing down. Even after all this, I didn't have it, my God. Chinta sunyam adainyam vaikshyam asanam. Asanam. Asana means eating. Asana bhojanam. Vaikshyam. Panidvaye bhoktum amantrayata. In the Vikshanna matrena chatushtimanda. Kovina Vanjagam, are you seeing? Vikshanna matrena chatushtimanda. Vikshanna matrena cha tushtimanda. Or you can say Vikshanna matrena. By begging, he has become fourfold. Previously was 20 kilo, when became Swami, 80 kilo. 4 times. Why? Eating on others. Think. Vikshanna means, you know what? Viksha means akrutva parasantapam, agatva khalamandiram, aklesaitajatmanam yad alpam epi tadbahu. You go for begging. Only the wise man in this tradition has the right to beg. He is not a beggar. He is not a homeless. He is a wise man. He has a right to beg. Why? Listen carefully. It's a beautiful. Not that he must beg. Not that he must beg. If he chooses to beg, everybody supports. Why? Because the person who is a contemplative master, he needs all the time to think, contemplate on ideas. One who is busy contemplating on ideas, mind is so busy contemplating on ideas, if he has to do physical activities, producing his own food, cooking his own food, organizing his own food, organizing his own thing, then most of the time will spend there. He'll have no time for contemplation. That is why even in the school, college, university, professors are given longer holidays, 2 summer months. Half-yearly break, term break. Why? They are supposed to go and study, not go for golf, ping pong. The people who are in intellectual activity, as a teachers, they must have enough leisure. Why? Because they must have the time to think. So their needs are to be taken care. So that is where the society has done it. They take care of the stomach of the wise man. Giving him food. What food? Viksha, whatever comes. Not that wise man sits down with a menu. Today Chinese, tomorrow South Indian, day after tomorrow Gujarati. That day, then you are only for Chatushtimanda. You have taken this life only for feeding yourself and others. That time you have become a parasite. Whatever comes on the way. And then rest of the time you are thinking. Why? The people give you food in an assimilable form. You eat and survive. You go on thinking. You have no time for cooking. They cook for you and they give the food to you in an assimilable form. The people have no time for contemplation because they are so busy with day-to-day life. So you cook the ideas in your head. You contemplate and give those ideas in an assimilable form. Make it as simple and digestible as possible. Only if you are a thinker, you continuously think, you will make it assimilable, digestible, simple, fair. When you don't know anything, you shall make it most complicated. Understand? So it's a beautiful arrangement. The society takes care of the stomach of the wise man, and the wise man takes care of the thinking of the society. What a beauty. That is why it is not beggary. So that is in that cloth, of course there will be beggars. Which cloth is not misused? People put on army uniform, become terrorists. People put on police uniform, become thieves. People put on doctor's uniform, quacks. Same thing people can put on the uniform of a wise person, supposed to be a saffron cloth, and can destroy people. That can happen. So Vaikshyam, asanam, whatever comes on the way. So only food. That is where you have to be very careful. Viksha does not mean only food for the stomach. Food for the stomach is rice, bread, vegetable. You have got sense organs. The food for the ear is sound. The food for the skin is touch. The food for the eye is sight. The food for the tongue, taste. The food for the nose, smell. Even those things, whatever comes on the way, you don't go for it. I want only this food, I want only this sound, I want only this touch, I want this noise. No, whatever comes. You can choose, but if you choose, akleshaitvacha atmanam, akrutva parasantapam, for your sake nobody must be inconvenienced. You want to listen to a sound? Listen. But for that, don't inconvenience somebody else. You want to eat a particular food? Eat. But don't inconvenience somebody else for that. You want to see something? See. But don't inconvenience somebody else for your sake. You want to see? Go walking. What is your problem? No, you must give me 5,000 rupees. For what? Why should you go? Why should I give? Are you getting that point, please? You don't exploit anybody. That is where you keep your strength with you. Because once you exploit, people can show a finger at you. You did that. No, I don't want. You take it. Don't give it to me that I wanted. You take it. I don't want. You give. Understand? So it is a sound, touch, taste, smells, everything viksha. Meaning, whatever situations get unfolded in life, beautiful. Okay, if you consciously initiate certain activities, you take the responsibilities for it also. So, chinta sunyam adainyam vaikshamasanam. When you take it literally, people become beggars. No food, no nothing, no anxiety, under a tree, feel has nothing to do. This type of interpretation usually people will give. No. You have responsibility, no anxiety. You have everything at your disposal, not inconveniencing anybody. Yet you have nothing at your disposal, but there is no sense of helplessness. Chinta sunyam adainyam vaikshamasanam panam saridvarishu. Where from do you get your water? I am carrying 100-liter bottle in my bag all the time. No. Saridvarishu panam, meaning to say whatever comes on the way. Rivers are flowing, hungry, thirsty, pick up. Don't be too romantic. You may be thirsty, no river. What should you do? Carry a bottle if you want. River water in a bottle also is river, don't worry. Swatantrena nirankusa stiti ravi nidra smasane vane. We'll see in the afternoon, okay? Swatantrena nirankusa stiti. Independently existing without any restriction whatsoever. Where shall I sleep? Nidra, nidra. Where shall I sleep? Smasane vane. Whether it's a forest or a cremation ground, doesn't matter. Wherever I am feeling sleepy, I sleep. Abhi, no vi, no fear. Avayam, abhi, no vi. There is no fear. No fear of anything. Oh, yo, I am going to sleep in the forest. I suppose the ghost comes. I am in the cremation ground, ghost comes. Suppose you have nothing at your disposal. Will you be afraid of theft? Stealing what? You have one small bag with nothing in it. So what do? It's okay. Or there is nothing in your handbag also. Just one stick and you are walking around. Itinerant monk. What shall you be afraid of? Nothing. And even if you have something, if it goes, kya laya tha jo kho diya? What is that you brought that you lost? That sense of fearlessness. Today's newspaper, the world has, the financial world has collapsed. Dow Jones has gone some 1,000 points. Indian market 700 points. People have lost billions of dollars. The richest man has lost 16, 18, 20 billion dollars in one stock market crash. Will they survive or not? If a person can survive $16 billion loss, can I not believe without anything? I never had 16 billion. Are you getting